Hello again everyone. I hope you're enjoying my prom week so far. I am loving doing it. Anyway, today's video is prom essentials. What do you really need to take to prom? When I had my prom, I'm such an overthinker. I thought about it for ages, what I would need, what I wouldn't need, what was a waste of time. And as I've gone through it myself, I feel like I am now licensed to tell you what you need to take to prom. You're probably going to take a little clutch bag to prom, maybe this size, maybe a little bit smaller, depending on the size of your bag is how much stuff you're going to take with you, obviously. I have filled it with the essentials, so I'm just going to jump straight in. So the first thing, chewing gum. This is an absolute essential. Obviously you won't take a big pot like this, just a little packet one is fine. This is just the only thing I have right now. I always feel more confident when I know I've got minty fresh breath. So hopefully that would help you feel more confident too. And also if you are eating or drinking throughout the night, it might be nice to freshen up. So what makeup do you need to take? You might have got your makeup done at a professional or you might have done it yourself if you felt good enough. I didn't feel good enough, so I got mine done. But regardless of who does your makeup, it may need touching up throughout the night. So I would suggest taking a concealer with you, but make sure you take one that isn't too light. If your concealer is too light on the night of your prom, in any pictures you will have really light under eye bags and it's going to be so obvious how much makeup you're wearing. But obviously if you take a concealer you're going to need a little brush to blend it in. If you spend prom dancing the night away you might get a little bit shiny, so I suggest taking your favourite powder, one that you know is reliable, you know looks good, and of course a powder needs a powder brush. But again, make sure that your powder's not too light, otherwise when you take pictures the flashback gonna be insane. Another thing, lipstick. Like I said, if you're drinking a lot, eating a lot, you might need to touch up your lips. Obviously, it's completely up to you what shade of lipstick you wear. If you're a fan of a bold red lip, you do that. However, I would suggest that sticking to a nude colour is a lot easier to deal with. If you're having to top up in the toilets and you're using a red lip, you're gonna have to be super careful. If that goes wrong, whole night ruined. I just feel like a nude lipstick is a lot more safe to play with, and this one is the shade Midi Mauve from MAC, so it's like a dark nude, but still super easy to apply, especially if you're in a bit of a rush. And another thing, if you are wearing false eyelashes to prom, I would recommend taking some eyelash glue with you. If you're halfway through the night and your eyelash starts hanging off, what do? You've got to take them both off unless you've got eyelash glue. I would say if you're wearing false lashes, this is in my top 5 essentials, just in case. You can never be too safe. Sticking with the theme of beauty for a minute, I would recommend taking some perfume samples. You can pick these up pretty much anywhere. Go to Debenhams and you'll be able to get your hands on a sample. I think it might just be nice to spritz yourself halfway through the night, especially if you've been dancing. The venue tends to be quite hot because everyone's in their dresses. It's heavy, it's usually in the summer, so making sure you still smell good is very important. And obviously the little samples will fit in any type of bag, so they are perfect. You don't need to be taking your whole bottle of your favourite perfume. And in case of emergencies, I would recommend taking a little compact / travel mirror with you. Just in case you can't get to a mirror, then you always have something to use. And this takes up like literally no room in your clutch bag. My next essential, this is probably my #1 essential, the thing that you need to take, plasters. If you're wearing heels that are probably going to be brand new, probably won't have worn them before and probably are not going to be the most comfortable, you might just find that a couple of plasters will be your lifesavers. There is nothing worse than having blisters on the back of your feet when you're trying to have a good time, because it shows on your face when your feet hurt. In all your pictures you'll be doing a fake smile and it will just ruin your whole night. This kind of happened to me. My shoes did hurt my feet and I ended up taking them off. So just throwing these in your bag could make the world of difference. You might also find that you want to take some money to prom. Personally, I didn't need it. My prom was at my school, but you can never be too safe, so just in case, I would just take a little bit of money with you. You never know if you're going to be stuck, if you're going to need to get a taxi somewhere, or if you're getting really thirsty and you have to buy yourself a drink. No matter what the situation is, I think a little bit of money could be really handy. I know you don't normally spend money at prom, but I think you are always better to be safe than sorry. The next thing, I remember putting this in my clutch bag for prom, felt like a bit of a granny, but I didn't mind. I took with me some Nurofen, in case you get a headache. I know I'm going to sound like a little old granny right now, but there is always really loud music at prom. If you get a headache, you're going to feel miserable for the rest of the night. Also, you will have had a long day of getting ready, getting your makeup done. It's quite an exhausting experience, so the last thing you want is to get a headache or something like that. So just throw some Nurofen in your bag and be done with it. Bobby pins / hair grips / whatever you want to call them. You might have got your hair done, you might have done your hair yourself. Either way, if you're dancing around, even walking around, your hair will probably drop. So you might just need to readjust it, so make sure you've got some bobby pins with you. Just realised how much stuff this clutch bag fits in it. I'd also recommend taking a hairband. I mean, it's not very likely that you're going to need a hairband if you've had your hair done, especially if you've gone for an up hairstyle, obviously. But if you've decided to have your hair down and then you find that all night you are smashing it out on the dance floor, you might just be thankful that you bought a hairband with you. If you are a contact lens wearer, take some spare lenses. When I wear false lashes with contact lenses, it always feels like I've got a lot going on around my eye. And I remember at prom, one of my contact lenses actually came out, so I spent half the night with one contact lens in and it was awful. I didn't take them with me, but I definitely learned from that. So 100%, if you wear contact lenses, take some spares. And the final thing in my prom essentials are safety pins, just in case the worst thing happens with your dress. If it splits down the back, if it splits down the side, if it splits down the leg, if you can pin it up, you're going to feel a lot better about it. I think at almost every prom, somebody is in need of a safety pin. So even if it's not for you, you could make somebody else's night. Oh, and obviously, need your phone. Got to take lots of pictures on prom. And that is everything that was in my clutch bag. Those are all the essentials that I can think of. That is everything that I either took to prom or wish I had at prom. If you have any more suggestions to help somebody out, leave it down in the comments below. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful to you. Please subscribe to my channel to see my videos in the future. But for now, thanks for watching and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!